In 2017, we set up a trial to demonstrate the importance of dual inoculation and seeding into warm soils for soybeans. Now, here's Heather Sorestad, our summer student, to give you some background on this trial.
This trial looks at seeding soybeans in early May, on May the 5th, versus seeding later on May the 24th. Soybeans seeded too early can suffer from a cold shock. Too early means seeding soybeans in soil temperature of 8 degrees Celsius or lower. This cold shock means the soybeans will emerge, but they won't grow as vigorously. Unfortunately, we did not cold shock our soybeans because on May the 5th, our soil was already 11 degrees Celsius. However, just to be safe, we recommend seeding soybeans in mid-May. This trial also shows inoculation. The soybeans should be double inoculated. That means inoculation on seed and granular placed close to the seed. This study compared a no inoculated check, inoculant on seed only, granular inoculant to the side only, and a dual inoculation of inoculant on the seed and granular banded to the side. You can see in our trial where granular was not applied that there appears to be a nitrogen deficiency. On the left is our no inoculant check, and on the right is our dual inoculant, and you can see on the dual inoculant there are nodules. Now here's Mike with the results from this trial.
Thanks, Heather. As Heather mentioned, we couldn't cold shock the soybeans even when seeding on May 5th because the soil temperature was already well above the 8-degree minimum requirement. As a result, the yield for soybean, when averaged across inoculation treatments, did not differ between seeding dates. The early seeded treatment reached physiological maturity 5 days earlier, which was an advantage. However, it still would be prudent to seed mid to late May to reduce the chance of losing the crop to a late spring frost. For example, in 2015, I seeded a soybean trial on May 21st. We received a -2 to 4 degree frost on May 30th, and the soybeans emerged 2 days later. I dodged a bullet there. The other argument in support of seeding later is that no yield was actually lost by delaying seeding to May 24th. In our study, soybean yields were increased 56% when granular inoculant was side-banded. In contrast, applying inoculant to the seed had no yield benefit. While we were expecting dual inoculation to be the best option, we weren't expecting the inoculant on seed-only treatment to perform so poorly. We suspect the treated seed was mishandled before we got it. Here you see some representative roots from the inoculant treatments. Nodulation of the inoculant on seed-only treatment is not much better than the no inoculant check. In contrast, there are many more root nodules where granular inoculant was side-banded. These differences were also apparent above ground. The treatments receiving granular inoculant banded to the side are darker green, indicating better nodulation and less nitrogen deficiency. In conclusion, while you may get away with early seeding, you probably shouldn't do it. Aim for mid to late May. Soybeans which aren't inoculated properly will do quite poorly on our soils that don't have a history of soybeans. Celtec granular for soybeans did quite well in our study.